cuts out like that because my ears would hurt otherwise.
Hi guys, we're live. How y'all doing?
Hello! Welcome to the Stormy Dragon Tavern. We are all varying degrees of sleep-deprived, hungry, mentally unhinged, or just a tad weirder than our usual selves. So this session is going to be real dumb. Fair warning.
That smile says it
You
all.
mean fun?
Yes, I sincerely hope so. Behold, episode 110 of The Adventures of the Gloved Molotov, playing with the stars of that number system. I'm going to burp.
You lie.
It's
The stars without
There
number
we
system
go.
with the crew of the Gloved Molotov. We
It said all those things! Let me burp in peace, honestly.
Well, we need an intermission screen at least, if that's the case.
Oh, I mean,
No.
I can intermission if you'd like.
No, we haven't just started.
Zoe just like dancing fingers going, hang in there, kitten, while we're waiting for it to come back.
When last we saw the party, wonderful party that they are, at least some of the time. They had
What's that meant to
emerged.
mean?
You'll see.
Don't worry, she was looking at me.
They had emerged from drive space on board the ship the Blossom after helping Nucleus make a challenging decision about which race they should genocide. Turns out you chose the Blub, which is honestly fair. They're kind of dicks. You returned and found that it was 4 months later. In fact, the specific date is the 14th of February, or Valentine's Day.
Yay! I
In
love that day.
in the year 3201.
Ah,
And-
yes. I can see it now. Pym dancing in circles in the kitchen with
With
a carton
Pym.
of eggs. Oh, yeah, and Pym, yeah.
And as you re-enter,
Nope.
Oh,
Beep.
yeah,
As we re-enter.
Can we screen cap that as the intermission?
no, that would be mean.
Yes. An asshole.
What can I say? While I'm a robot, I'm very emotionless, so I've got to get all my jokes in now.
Touche, touche.
No, I will not touch anything.
What about your dinner later?
Oh, that's going in my belly.
But you got to touch it to eat it. Oh, is that what you're cooking?
I just imagine he's like, no, I'm not going to touch it. He just opens his mouth, unhinges his jaw, and just sucks it in like Kirby.
I could do that.
I don't think Zoe knows she's frozen. Does anyone want to inform her?
Hang on. Yeah.
There she goes.
Hi, welcome back.
I was not expecting that, were you?
sorry about that. I had a problem.
A minor technical glitch.
Minor technical glitch.
That intermission screen is starting to look more and more useful.
No! No! I swear we can do this.
Press X to doubt.
Press F to pay respects.
Wow.
This is getting real dark real quick.
Now she's laughing. We'll get back to you when she's done. For now, let's show you our new intermission screen.
You know how sometimes we say we should have one of those sessions where it's more just like a meet the characters?
This is looking more and more like that, yeah?
Yeah.
No, it's fine. Okay, you return to regular space. Oh no, Yakuta was being invaded by Papadias and DOTAC. I mean, I say invaded. he looked pretty done with being invaded. It's like he'd already pulled it off because there was 4 months where he was entirely unsupervised. And then, you got attacked by an armada! Oh no, terrible, shock horror, but it's okay, because Lockie did an airship slice! He vented the atmosphere of another world and used it as thrust right when he fired the one shot that the Blossom had in its chamber, and went and
It
cut.
sounds really bad when you add that first bit of I vented the atmosphere of another world. Like, you know.
Yeah.
Lockie
It's
won't
because-
be saying that part in the retelling of the story.
But you
I
did.
killed a bunch of races, turned them into a weapon, and destroyed more shit.
I committed 2 genocides.
You're a monster.
So the
Anyway,
price of what-
that is basically where we're up to now. You did the airship slice, and as it stands, what remains of the Armada, which isn't nothing, there are still some ships present, but they are peeling off from their advance towards the Blossom, and are returning to orbit around Yakuta.
Don't
So-
worry, he'll call.
I have a question for you all. What would you like to do?
I'm very tempted to call DOTAC and be like, no, don't run. I was just getting started.
Actually, yeah, Pim would definitely be down for that. Pim would love to gloat.
Oh, Pim, you made the threat. I think you follow through.
Alright, I'll make the call up DOTAC if I can, if they let me connect. Through a secure channel, by the way, one that I myself doctor.
Okay. You are able to reach out, make a connection. Hello.
What did we learn?
I beg your pardon?
What did we learn?
Oh, he thinks he's smug now. That is adorable.
Well, actually, if you go by the creating Yuriko, you'd know that the emotions I'm feeling are very real. So I don't think I'm smug. I know I'm smug.
Interesting.
I love it.
I find your assessment to be very short-sighted.
You know what? I'm probably going to regret asking this question. I said I would fire, and that it would destroy a great number of your ships.
Yes.
I fired, and it destroyed a great number of your ships. You said that you were going to come take my ship. Of the 2 that we said would happen, you said yours, I said mine. Mine happened. Who's short-sighted?
Are you done?
No. Savoring. All right, I'm gonna put you onto the captain now. I'm done with you. And I'm gonna swap the call over to Lockie.
I've got...
Lockie, we're getting an incoming call from Professor Butthurt.
I've got nothing to say to him.
Well,
Just
would
that-
you look at that?
We'll be coming for him next.
It would be ideal to speak to someone other than a petulant child doing a happy dance.
Yes.
I'm gonna
Definitely.
actually play the sound of a cricket.
Pretty good, actually. I'm just gonna hang it up. I've got no reason to talk to him.
I'm gonna send him a message of a photograph of a poo, and then we're gonna go about what we're doing.
Very nice. He didn't seem to have much to say.
Well, he was just like, how dare you? And he's like, you know what I'm actually getting from DOTAC right now? He's that dude from Pokemon Gold or Silver that constantly comes out of nowhere, gets his ass kicked, then claims he's going to beat the shit out of you and runs away. That's what I'm getting.
Your rival? At this point, I feel like he is your rival. Yes.
Yeah.
I feel bad because I always named that guy something stupid like Mr. Buttface.
Yeah, and you've done it again.
Mm-hmm.
That name again is Mr. Butt.
So, you've been smug. Now what?
Well, it does turn out that we can't fire with this thing again, right? Is that correct, Nucleus?
Yes, that is correct.
Well, we've made a dent.
I have one. I have sufficient power to perform one jump to an immediately adjacent star system. I require this to refuel safely. Captain, if you could please allocate a target system.
Wait, we cannot go anywhere until we pick up the rest of our crew. We need to pick up
Hear
the
what
Milan
Nucleus
and
just said.
the Molotov.
How quickly can we get to the nearest system, Nucleus?
At my current speed, it will take me 2 days.
So we can be back in 4 or 5?
It will take me several days to completely replace my core.
Why don't we just tell them to come with us? They can easily come and meet us while we're replacing our core, or we could meet up with them along the way before the ship jumps.
I don't think it's wise for us to leave just yet.
No, I never said us
DOTAC's
leave. I said
DOTAC
Milan dock.
DOTAC is beaten and bruised, but not gone. He still has ships in orbit around Yakuta, and who knows how many on the planet.
Attention. It appears that one small shuttlecraft has just left the system.
So it's a
There
week's
is
worth
nothing
of
we
travel
can do
back
about
to
it.
Papadias. So whatever we're going to do, we have possibly 2 weeks before he's back.
Well, I think the big gun needs to refuel regardless. Maybe
Dimitri?
we could get... Huh?
I'm asking Dimitri to pull up the star chart for Uranus.
Of course. Zoom. You guys are here. And Uranus is here.
Do you reckon you can get there, Nucleus?
No.
So we've got one real option because it's not got people in it already. that we
Scanning.
know of.
Scanning. Oh, this is very interesting. Your current level of available technology indicates that you rely upon the gravity wells of stars to navigate. If I were to extract fuel from the star based in hex 0208, that would compromise all current star charts and trade routes that pass through that area.
That's not good.
Oh wait, which hex?
0208.
Ah,
Every
What
other
about
star
0009?
system
So, it's essentially the path through drive space is basically it's charted based on a variety of factors, including the pulling intensity of the star. If you were to go to that star system and feed off the star, you're modifying a pretty big variable, which would basically render all of the spike drive paths that pilots have logged in their system for going through that part of space to be entirely useless, and it would mean that new courses would have to be charted. But
Okay. So, how many hexes can we move? 1 hex.
1.
At the moment, yeah.
So, what is our best option then for?
Well, in terms of avoiding messing with the lives of a planet, that is your best option, because all other 3 choices would have you jumping into the other 2 options would have you jumping to a populated star system, and bear in mind that hex 309 contains Papadias.
What's the star system like? So every other star system that we can jump into is inhabited or has a trade route through it.
Yes.
So what I'm hearing is we could suck up the son of Papadias and fuck him up.
But we
That-
did
I hate to
genocide
say-
on the entire race of people.
I hate to say that I
I'm
thought
well
the
aware
same
of what I'm
thing.
saying, but
I hate to say I
This
thought
is why
exactly
I like
the
your
same
monkey
thing.
brain. Monkey brain, see simple. I like.
Oh wait, oops, no. My bad. This is hex 109. This is this is hex 108. This is hex 209. Yes, in theory you could, but they did just say it would take several days to fully harvest the star, and you could probably
we don't
guess
want to be
that
under attack.
the entire time, and would be rather defenseless as you're refueling.
So really, our only option is that one. But there's people there.
That is the planet Nolasco. Would anyone care to make me a culture space roll?
I will do that. I've got culture space.
I have not been near it, so I do not think I would know anything.
I
That
have a fidget on
include
my lap. I'm quite indisposed.
that'd include intelligence, yeah.
Yes, as you are recalling information.
Snake eyes.
I've got a 7, so I could probably recall basics.
7. Oh, that's interesting. The one thing that you note about the planet, about the one planet in this system, Nolasco, is that it is abandoned. It was originally settled by Spanish settlers, but there was a rather violent civil war that broke out on the planet, and it was rendered, at least during the conflict, uninhabitable, and so it was abandoned. Yeah. So it turns out that actually there's no one living there.
That we know
At
of.
that, I would.
I
tell
want you to say that,
everyone
look
this.
in the camera, and say in DM voice, there is no one living there.
There is no one living there.
Let's hope it's just some sort of criminal organization that we can just cleanse.
Yeah, just like if no one expects the Spanish Inquisition, yeah, well, no one expects the Blossom Inquisition. So we jump in there and take power.
Hashtag DOTAC did it.
You just got,
What would DOTAC not do?
Start trending.
You just got compliments, by the way, Zoe, for your wonderful presentation just there from Ira. Also, hi Ira, how you doing? I can't
Lovely.
type because my keyboard's too far away.
Yes. DM voices. Evil, cruel,
Yeah.
but also
I love the
nurturing.
voices.
Hello.
You can certainly try.
You can certainly try, and I encourage you to. So, party, with this information in mind, what would you like to do?
I'd like to go to the Spanish planet and eat it.
I'm going to make sure my phone's updated before we jump out of system, and
Yes, you have received a few messages.
I could imagine. I'm going to send a quick message to my mother saying, sorry, got stuck in temporal field. We'll tell you about it later.
That's just like, of all the excuses to leave somebody on red for 4 months.
Lockie is going to immediately realize, oh shit, and message
Tazi.
Tursi.
Lucky I checked with her last episode, eh?
Pim's going to immediately go to his phone and make sure that he messages nobody because he's. Yeah, okay, good point.
Catalina will send out a very, very basic coded message, completely coded, as in like their version of Thieves' Can. You know what I mean?
Sure.
To
Space Pirate can't.
Ivan, Sparks, and Ava. Because in theory, even if DOTAC has taken them over, they can't share their thoughts with him.
Can they not?
Well, he didn't take over her mind, he took over her body. So I can only presume that he doesn't fully take,
You're right, you can only presume that.
Yeah, but we've encountered these people before. This is a me thing, not a Catalina thing. I can't remember what they were like when we encountered them back on Papadias.
It depends if they had
like personality
cyberware.
Yeah, it's a personality. Basically, they take over the body with a different personality from DOTAC.
Yeah, but do they keep... I can't remember if they kept the memories and stuff.
You don't know what DOTAC
Well,
got out of that.
Darius was... Wasn't Darius and Lockie affected by something like this?
Yes, and
Healing them wiped their memories of everything that had happened.
Yeah, we don't know to what extent he was able to get information.
one thing that you do know is that he decided to take control of you.
I was
And,
unconscious
like,
at the time.
There were plenty. No, I'm referring to Darius and Lockie. So, even though there's plenty of other visitors to Papadias, he decided to take control of Lockie and Darius and sent them on a very specific mission to extract an AI core that prior to this you don't think he knew about.
Yeah. Okay, see, this is the thing, is Catalina wouldn't forget stuff like that, but I most certainly have.
Yeah,
Because
so-
it's been so freaking long.
You can probably extrapolate that DOTAC was able to learn something. But, so are you sending out a message?
Yes. She will send a message to Sparks. But it's more just a ping to see if he's alive and doesn't actually have any information or anything in it.
Okay. You send out a ping at the same time. that Lockie hails Tazi. The ping to Sparks gets a reply from the Milan.
That's worrying. But I don't know. It's fine.
You hear the voice of someone with a Russian accent saying, "Hello?"
Who's this?
I am Bridge Comms Officer of Milan. You have hailed the Sparks line?
Where is Box?
Sparks is in computer room. I can put you through to Captain.
I don't hear this, do I?
No.
Cool.
Who's taken over our ship?
Who is
Who's
Captain?
in my fucking computer room?
You can talk to her. Captain Lucia, it's for you.
I was going to say, is it Tazi or Lucia?
It's
It is
Lucia.
Lucia. It's definitely gonna be Lucia.
Thank God.
Hello?
Hell no!
Lucia?
Oh, Catalina, where have you been?
I have no idea. How long have we been gone?
It's been about 4 months. You said I have ship, so I take ship. Well, I mean, the Darius said I have ship. You gone? I take ship.
We will talk about this afterwards. There is more important things going on. Loki?
Mm?
Lucia is now captain of Milan.
If you like, I patch in my first officer, Eva. Yes. Oh, Catalina dear, I'm glad you've made it.
How did you get here? What is going
Well,
on?
we got on board the ship, and now we're on board the ship. I don't know why you're so confused. Has your brain been atrophied by space stuff?
How do I know it's you and not Control?
Pod people.
Why would you? Oh, yes. I had not realized you had tangled with this foe to this extent. Do you remember that time back on Yakuta when we were running that reconnaissance mission and I was playing twins at the same time?
Duh.
You were there for my quick changes. You may recall a very distinctive birthmark on my lower left thigh.
Duh.
In the shape of a tangerine.
Duh.
Is
But
this not sufficiently convincing for you?
Wouldn't DOTAC know everything she knows?
I don't know. That is why I'm not sure.
I don't understand what else I could convey.
Everyone who got upon the Milan can commit themselves to a full diagnostic done by me and get out of my computer room.
Eva,
We
what implants do you have upon you?
none. And I understand your concern. We scan everyone who gets aboard the ship for for cyberware, for nanites, for outside signals. We've been being very careful to avoid being tainted. It's been arduous and frankly a little bit painstaking, but we have been staying safe.
Okay, Sparks, you is Ivan?
Yes. Ivan's in the workshop. He's been having some very deep philosophical conversations with your father.
What? What? My father?
Yes, he's on board as well.
What is he? What Vani?
She is the apprentice of Dr. Lucy.
And Mama?
She I believe last I heard elected to remain on the planet. She and your father still have not spoken or seen each other.
How is Harbona? Are they okay? What has happened in all of this?
The people of Harbona are a little bit unnerved to be housing Yakutan war refugees.
So is only Yakuta that was attacked?
Yes. In part, Yakuta allowed in the assault,
Okay.
and the Harbonan policy of shoot anything that gets close, ask questions never has been working rather well so far.
This makes Catalina laugh. She lets her guard down quite significantly at this. Oh, Bozzy moi. And you just see the most evident relaxing of Catalina, like she'd been holding her breath this whole time. Do you have any idea what the last message was that I got from you guys?
We tried to send you several messages after you went missing.
We're all out.
I believe it was.
Does yogurt count?
Yeah. My last message was hoping that you were well. I was feeling a bit down in the dumps. It had been a very challenging time, and I may have let out some of my frustrations via a message. Please don't take what I said too harsh. It's been a very trying time.
Okay, where is the Molotov?
Molotov is parked on Harbona.
Tazi?
She's been beside herself. She was. I mean, in fairness, she was warned this time. She was told by Lockie not to come. But in the first few weeks since your absence, we weren't being accosted by Papadias yet. But she did get her hands on the Darius core from our holds, and has kind of been held up on the Molotov ever since.
Tazi has?
Yes, she will occasionally reach out for supplies, but is very monosyllabic and doesn't seem to be quite there.
Do you think a few days would make a difference?
I'm sorry?
If we were to disappear for a few more days, would it make big difference?
We're gonna we're going to cut across sideways because you're kind of like having a private conversation, and at the same time, Tazi was being called by Lockie. So your conversation is in progress. Lockie, you're on hold for an unnerving amount of time, but
Don't worry, she doesn't hate you. I got you, buddy. I got you.
But the comm system does connect to a location on the surface of Harbona, and you can see a very like a very messy interior of the workshop on the Gloved Molotov. There's dirty plates and bowls and used ration containers everywhere. There's piles of hardware and supplies lining the walls, and
Does Pim see this mess?
I'd say so.
I'm going to remain silent for the entire call then.
You see a poorly lit silhouette. You recall that at one point Tazi got a very cool piece of technology. It was basically a modified vac suit that's just really good for like doing ship repairs. It allows you to jump around and fix things, and it's just it also enables you to adjust your position in space with little like gusts of air and stuff. Tazi is wearing that, and it looks, based on the wear of it and like the really dirty clothes poking out of the collar, that she's been wearing it and only it. And her hair is kind of like pulled up into a really messy top bun and has just been stabbed through by a pen and is being very loosely held in place, and like the parts of it not contained are kind of cascading down her head and shoulders. She turns to you with like big bags under her eyes and just says, "Yep."
Don't hate me, don't hate me, don't hate me. It's really out of my control. Like, things kind of got a little bit out of control. Like, I went into the ship and then we were like in space, but not in space because it was like this weird space thing. But it was like lots of space. And there was a ship, a big ship, really big ship. It's the ship we're on right now. It's actually a really cool ship. It's got a whole lot of planets inside it. You'd really like it. It's really interesting. There's a lot of high tech stuff. And then there was like this what's it called? Nucleus. Yeah, nucleus. Yeah, so he controls the ship, but like couldn't get the ship out, so he needed us to get power, but like before we could do that, we had to prove ourselves. So we had to go into a planet, then we were on like this strange planet, then we were inside a planet, and then we were back outside of a planet, and then apparently I'm the captain of a really big spaceship now, and then like we came back out of dry space, and then there was a whole lot of ships around, and I blew them up, and I don't really know how much time has gone by, but please don't be angry, because it really wasn't my fault this time. I'm really, really sorry.
Tazi kind of leans back at this, and you hear the sound of her hitting a space bar, and there's kind of like a weird crackling noise and a high-pitched whine, a few subtle notes of dial-up, and then you hear very distinctively the voice of Darius saying, "Hello?" And Tazi says, "Rook to B7." And he goes, "God damn it." I managed to get an instance of Darius to run for 5.2 seconds before it fries itself. That's something.
Actually, genuinely kind of incredible.
Yeah. The chess game's been really slow.
We're back now. Would you like some help?
Mm. Sure. That sounds nice.
And then he's kind of going to look at the camera a little bit. And a shower?
I ran out of soap.
Based
We'll
on
get
the
some soap.
parameters of the scan I'm doing through the video camera, it seems that her body is actually well taken care of.
Yeah. The suit is, the suit's pretty good.
He's going to kind of smirk a bit and just be like, have you been peeing in it?
Why
I
not?
don't
She
drink that
soiled
water.
every other part of the ship.
I don't see why not. I could drink that water. I have been drinking that water.
Pim is like, this static is going to come across the screen. He's like short-circuiting.
Pim, it's standard part of the space. Like, come on, even I know that.
I have to clean that stuff. No.
Perfect.
Okay. I'll come to you, okay? Oh, you're the. She like leans in, starts pressing keys. You're the absurdly large power signature. Okay.
Yes.
How do I drive this thing again? And kind of like fall sideways off off the stool she was sitting on.
Oh God, how drunk is she?
She isn't drunk. She's just really tired.
Oh, that's a different kind of drunk.
We'll be waiting. We'll be waiting.
Okay, I'll
Take your time.
Okay, I'll probably I'll rendezvous with the Milan first. It's in orbit and hop on. Oh, I missed you.
We'll be, once you get aboard, we will be making a jump. The ship needs to recharge before it can move on. But we'll be
Okay.
back.
That's fine. I'm gonna. She hits several buttons, and you swear one of them sounds like Tosha going. And as it does, she turns and goes, and hits the right button, and the call cuts.
Yes, she missed you. She also missed the trash can. Did you see the state of that ship? I can't even, Lucky.
And he's gonna be like side-eyeing Dimitri at the same time. He's just shh, shh. We'll clean it up. We'll clean it up.
What the hell do you mean, we?
I'll clean it up. I'll clean it up.
I'm
will
going
kill
to my
us.
happy place. And then cartoons appear on the screen.
Catalina is gonna do one last thing.
Mm-hmm.
She's still mid-call, I thought.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. Very cool.
I just wasn't sure if you wanted to come back to the call or just let it go for now.
Yes, I would like to. So at this point, and Ava says, you might not have to wait. Looks like the Molotov is firing up its engines.
Oh, that is... I had other ideas. I guess Loki must have... Okay, well... Loki is the captain here, so...
Wait, seriously?
We did not get the choice. But he is right for choosing for war.
That's Captain Lucky to you, you piece of shit.
Look,
Wait, is this like Doctor Who? I'm the war captain.
Yes.
look, for all of his flaws, he is a good tactician when it comes to combat and knows how to make the decisions that need to be made. You understand what this means. This is what we
I
need
can-
right now.
You look over slightly at him, and he's currently like to his own helmet.
And Catalina follows that up with, and he has the rest of us to guide him. He has his heart in the right place, and I think that is enough for now.
Well, what? Up. Okay. It looks like the Molotov has charted an intercept course with the Milan. Should we join you on your vessel, if we can call it that? Yes, we can. Vessel.
Actually, I'm on the watch still, with the speaker in her head. She goes, "Hey, Lucky, do we want Milan to come here?"
Nicholas, you can dock, right? It's about. Pam, can you show him how big it
Dimitri,
is?
by the way, just for those who need to know, Nicholas is Dimitri. There we go.
Yes, that is negligible.
The question you need to be asking is, Nucleus, can you jump in system?
Yes, I can.
Okay, meet them halfway, and then we'll jump from where we pick them up.
Of course. And the ship begins to poodle off towards...
When you made that noise, I thought that the
Up on
Blossom just turned around and started powering up and driving like a Prius. Just
Nucleus said yes, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So Catalina will pass that and say, "Duh, apparently he's fine." That being said, is there a way to get communication to Mama?
It's the windy season down on the planet, apparently. So...
But there is no more shooting or explosives, correct?
No, but it's also the Zaza's spawning season. So they have retreated underground to ride out the sandstorms and are protecting their home as they spawn a new generation.
I'm not going to think about that too much because it is horrifying. Anyway,
I've seen the pictures. It really truly is.
Eva, you're not.
But
making
your
this any
mother's
better.
making a new pupa.
Can you get the message to Mama?
I can pass a message down to the surface and send someone on foot. That is the best I can do.
That will have to do.
Just one sec. I really have to pee. Sorry.
Pee break.
Pee break! Hi friends! Thank you for all coming and joining us. We've got some people
Hola.
who have returned from last week. Welcome in, welcome in.
Welcome on.
Holy. I am glad people are still alive. I had thought that everyone was dead.
Yep.
I still don't trust them.
Ah, yeah.
So
To be
when
fair, Charles,
it
do you
gets to the point that
trust anyone.
at the moment he trusts the people on the ship and nobody else. Actually, is that Doctor Dude and his idiot still on the ship?
Dr. Hotaka and the
In
bodyguards?
theory,
yes.
Yeah, I don't trust them. So it's not everybody on this ship that I trust.
Wait a second. After all the shit Pym does to Charles, Charles still trusts Pym?
Well, he knows.
We'll see.
You're predictable. Your unpredictability is predictable.
Fair enough. It's funny too, but
Come on, what do you? There we go. Better.
there was a funny moment there where I was like, Pym should totally chime in when Catalina is speaking. Is the Milan as bad as the Molotov?
Catalina's
not
response
send
to
me
that
photos.
would just be like, depends on your perspective.
We're like, how is the workshop? How is the computer room? Is everything how I left it?
Catalina would be like,
Tell me the truth. It's like, what's the AI version of a heart attack?
Pym, the answer is no. So, I'm so glad.
That's not Pym either. That's Mikhail.
I'm so glad I went to the toilet with my headphones on because I heard what was happening. Speaking of Professor Hotaka, he chimes in with the one person who isn't actively engaged in a conversation, which is Charles. So, Charles, you get a ginger tap on the shoulder from.
What?
You turn and face Hotaka, and
No, I'm not turning and facing. I'm literally sitting in a chair, holding my temple with my hand, and I'm reaching out with my mind, sensing the minds of the people around me.
okay.
I knew he was approaching, so I'm just like as he goes to touch me, I'm just like, what?
Well, what do I do? Because
You sit down and shut up.
I was meant to be being paid by that planet, and now it's been invaded by another planet. And I have all of this evidence. I'm sure I could still take it back to Astronome, and it would be awfully valuable. I could write a wonderful book. I'm looking forward to that. Can I go and write my book in peace now, or should I?
We don't have a shuttle for you to leave on. So where the fuck do you think you're going?
You don't?
No.
No, of course. No.
So currently, until such a time as we can get you off this ship, you're stuck here. Actually,
yeah.
Katerina, can you call Habona High Command and get them to send a ship out with Milan so that this one can get off with his goons?
What? Oh,
To-
Eva, is that a thing we can even do anymore?
We can. I think they might be willing to spare one if it's for a short trip.
It's literally just so he can get to Habona, he can organize his own ride from there.
Wait, hang on. What? Hotaka? Can you not write your book from anywhere? Shut up and sit down. Just start writing. I'm busy.
Yes, but this war.
I don't care. But
This war zone has escalated to a very concerning level. I wish to leave.
that is your own problem.
At that point, I'll also be like, actually, where are your goons?
They're over in the corner. They don't deem me to be in any immediate danger that they can protect me from.
I'm gonna go talk to them real quick.
I wouldn't recommend it. They're not very chatty, but if you must.
Zoe, I will send you the message that she would like to be sent to her mother.
Okay, awesome. So, Charles, you walk over to the 4 dudes, which I did give names and stat blocks to. Where did that page end up?
I don't know. I don't think I have their names in here. I just have Hotaka and Goons or...
That's okay. I will find my page up on Goons. Here they are. Yes. Wait. Is it baby lightning? There we go. Okay. I need a pencil. How have I not got a? Oh, hang on. I'm very organized. Oh, this bag is wet.
I'm
Where's
very
the
organized.
rain?
My bag is wet.
Moist.
Oh yes.
Moist.
You'll be that guy. Yeah. Okay. Cool. You are making your way over to these 4 guys in the corner. Wait, the other one?
I'm just gonna basically just be like, has your objective changed?
No. Our objective is to protect the life and well-being of Hotaka until his job is done. His job is... Wait. Is his job done?
Well, I imagine that he was meant to go back to Yakutan High Command before his job was done. But considering that there's no Yakutan High Command anymore because they're all part of DOTAC, I'm not sure your job can be done anymore.
When you say DOTAC...
That group of people that were coming from Papadias to help you.
The
Yeah, no, they
reinforcements?
took over your entire planet.
I assumed they were reinforcements and the war was back on.
No, because all of them are dead if you didn't see us fire at them before.
No, I did. I was having a chat with my boys, discussing our terms of surrender to you.
I figured. Now, the war is not on, the war is over. And unfortunately, you've lost because your entire military is now under the control of one sentient AI.
Oh,
Now, you've got 2 options from here. You can try and return home, or with your abilities, you can help us take your planet back. Because our next objective after we've refueled, I imagine, is to go after DOTAC himself.
okay. This is an interesting proposition you put before us. We'll get back to you.
Right.
But
Well-
as I said, we were going to surrender because, sweet, merciful Lord, you destroyed an entire armada in one shot. I cannot step to that.
Yeah, it would be unwise.
Agreed.
Till such a time as you've made your decision, could you please, along with Dr. Hotaka, confine yourself to...
It's Professor!
Shut up, Hotaka.
as he says that, there is a slight flare in his hair where the telekinesis starts to flare out a little, and I'm just like, the professor and
Thank you.
yourself, if you could confine yourselves to the crew quarters until such time as you've made your decision.
All right. Ataka. What? Okay. And they'll kind of walk over to. Anyway, I'll show you what the current situation is because you guys are still in this weird this weird room full of stuff. Bear in mind.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
So I'm basically just going to be like, go, Nucleus, can you make them a separate space and lock it, please? Or, Lockie, if you could command Nucleus to do so.
We have free reign to do it ourselves.
Yes, but I want them not to be able to change the space that they're in.
Two large walls just pop up around the corner where they had conjured beds, and they are confined to that area.
Perfect. If they try to make any changes, can you please notify us first?
I will notify the captain.
Perfect. I am going to... Where is the dock where the Milan would...
I can take you there now.
Thank you, because I'm going to be there to receive people and test them before they board the ship.
Of course.
Thank you.
You are led out of the door?
Void room?
The weird void room into another extremely large circular hallway, and one of those unusual sphere creatures about the size of an exercise ball just gets ejected from the wall. 4 ports on its sides open up, and 4 little microbot legs form underneath, and it scuttles over and goes, "Mm," and begins to proceed down the hallway.
Right.
I want me
Follow
one
the
of
weird
those.
robot.
Okay.
While I'm moving, I'm going to ask Nucleus whether or not they're willing to show me, let me download a log of every single alien race still on the ship.
I am not allowed to disclose that information.
Right. Whatever. And I keep walking while looking through my other scans that I've taken recently.
Okay. To make a long story short, the better part of a day passes as you are traveling to get towards Harbona. You can make further observations of the space around you, but no further large development happens. DOTAC's forces settle into a defensive position around Yakuta. There are
I send them another poo.
There are a variety of other Papadias ships and Yakutan ships dotted around the system, and every so often, I'd say after 6 hours, you see another shuttle get launched from a cruiser and jumps towards Papadias. So,
Based on my calculations, it's probably they're taking high-value individuals with classified or highly dangerous information and sending them to Papadias for safekeeping. The good news is, well, we don't have to worry about that if Papadias doesn't exist anymore.
okay.
We cannot commit genocide upon an entire planet.
Treat it like cancer.
You cut the cancer, not kill the patient.
Yes, the entire universe is the patient.
I disagree with this analogy.
To be fair, Catalina, there has been many times when you've tried to make decisions that spare lives. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it creates more problems. Are you willing to risk every sector, every planet in this system because of a maybe.
I think it is worth a try first, before we just get rid of an entire planet and all its people.
And this is why I secede my decisions to Lucky and yourself. However, don't be naive.
You lose more than just bodies, Pim. There is more to a planet than just the people that live on it. There is history, there is culture, there is many things. You cannot...
I have been well versed in your culture and morality, and to be fair, Catalina, it nearly killed me. I have undergone these repairs, and I am feeling a lot better. However, there has been many times where your morality has put the crew itself in danger. There's not going to be any way to save someone if you're dead.
I only ask that we look for a solution, a possibility, not that we...
Then I put it to the crew here. If it comes down to it, and that planet needs to be destroyed, but none of you are willing to make the call, then I will. I will be that evil thing. After all, it's perfectly reasonable for an AI to logically deduce a planet needs destruction and carry it out unemotionally. But understand, I will not be doing it unemotionally. I do have a moral code now, thanks to yourself. And even Darius, despite his many flaws. Know that I don't like to do it. But if I have to choose between the lives of the many parts of the sectors, we tried it your way. Yakuta is now enslaved. I do not want to make the same mistake. I would rather be seen as evil, because then I still am seen, as opposed to nothing.
But we do not know that destroying the planet will solve our problem. We don't know that he has not made safeguards, or that he has not taken himself elsewhere to operate from. We don't know. Let us
No, you
learn
don't.
first. That is all I ask. We learn first of the situation, and then we make decision. If it is the decision that needs to be made, then I can understand.
Dr. Charles Barker, if there is an appendage or limb that is
I'm
undergoing a
Not in the
necrosis,
room.
well, you've still got a compad, don't you?
You can be in a call if you want.
Sure, I'll answer.
When a limb or appendage undergoes necrosis, what is the treatment?
Nowadays, we fix it.
What if it can't be fixed? What if the necrosis is slowly killing the body?
You forget who you're talking to. I can fix it.
I was going to say, not the best person to get the example from.
Back in the times before this, it would have been a matter of cutting off the infected limb.
Now you have the knowledge to fix it.
Now I have the ability to fix most anything that is wrong with the human body.
I suppose from that viewpoint, yes, we might be able to stop DOTAC, but that is a big if.
And I would rather exhaust any opportunity that we have to make sure that the people do not suffer, and we just kill DOTAC before we make a choice that is monstrous.
Are you referring to my logical deduction as monstrous?
No, I'm saying the choice that might have to be made is monstrous. Because we don't want to be just as bad as that of what we're trying to stop.
So you're saying, if we have to give up our morality to survive, then we probably shouldn't survive in the first place?
Basically.
Strange sentiment, but acknowledged. I've noticed that Lockie has been quiet throughout all this. Should I turn off the cartoons?
Dong.
Thank you, Zoe. Thank you, Zoe.
He kind of half wakes up from the stupor a bit. And just, I think I've had my fair share of genocidal decisions for a while. If we have no other choice, and I mean no other choice, then we go with that plan. But we seek every possible opportunity to save these people the proper way.
Agreed. But when that time comes, please let me press the button. I can already see that everyone here is already morally taxed, and I do not have the same deficit that you do.
That's fair.
By the way, when we get back to the Milan, I am so making pancakes.
Darn, I feel like there was something I was going to do and now I cannot remember.
I believe it was like sending a message to your mother.
Yeah, I messaged Zoe that information.
I think the time skip is complete then.
Indeed. We jump ahead, and Dr. Charles, you are the first person on site to be able to intercept with the Milan.
I will basically have it so that the doors will not open until I have checked people.
Okay.
Catalina will actually join him for that.
Cool. One sec.
We're watching Cosmo and Wanda.
Actually, I just realized she wouldn't. She is nervously pacing back in the weird room.
The void room?
Yes, the void room.
Would it be a bad idea for me to prank Catalina right now?
Probably a bad idea, man. Probably a bad idea.
It's fairly odd parentality, Ben.
She's like biting on her thumb, pacing back and forwards. Looks very deep in
Catalina?
thought.
I didn't know it was possible, but you walking back and forth like that is making me dizzy, and I don't even have depth perception.
You also do not have inner ears in which you... Shh.
I was trying what humans call an expression. Did I just get shushed?
Yes. Yes, you did.
Sorry, what?
You're not here.
Okay, so, let me think about who would actually meet you, Dr. Charles.
I reckon it would probably be Lucia.
I think you're right, honestly. So Charles, you are led all the way through the ship down to part of the double helix section.
Yep.
You recall that there used to be a vibrant, stormy gas planet.
Don't remind me.
It was connected to one of these ports. But that planet isn't there anymore. And so you are directed to that port for the Milan to dock instead.
Right.
Would you like to offer the same space as our genocide?
Oh my gosh.
I can fix that.
The past residents
really.
have been evicted. We now have a vacancy.
We'll get more. It's fine.
Full lease. Full lease. Let's hope you're not
So
expecting.
basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be like, I'll contact the ship and be like, whoever's at the door, stand as close as you can.
Okay. The ship docks. It's weird seeing how the Blossom kind of like like ebbs and flows and like weirdly almost or like organically changes the shape of the of the corridor you're in to match the docking port of the Milan. It's like standing in jelly while it's being jiggled for a time, and it feels a bit disconcerting.
Unusual.
Oh, extremely. But then it as the Milan's trajectory matches the blossoms, the shape settles, and the two ships dock. And yes, indeed, you are met first by by Lucia, or the Captain Lucia.
So basically, once I know that she's at the other side of the door,
Mhm.
I close my eyes, I put my hand up to the door, and I reach out with my mind to sense her brain pattern.
Ah, very clever.
Because
Now-
I sensed hers before.
Indeed. In fairness, you have not sensed through these means what someone looks like when they are under the influence of DOTAC, but you can make some pretty educated guesses on what differences there might be. You reach out, and though there are some differences, you can sense a greater amount of internalized stress and responsibility on Lucia's previously rather carefree shoulders. But she seems much the same.
I'm going to reach out further and see if there's anyone behind her.
There is one person in the cargo bay. You are not familiar with this individual. However, their brain seems fine, you think? This person, their brain reads as not fully developed yet, and their stature reflects that. You'd guess teenager?
Is that baby James?
Let's just...
Mm.
Don't
Who
you?
are-
No. Don't you? No.
God damn it, Zoe.
I'm at that point
Zoe.
going to activate my bracelet and
Just
reach
opens
further.
up. Bubble.
Ugh. Papa!
Fuck.
I'll shoot it in the face with a spike thrower. I'm like, good to see you, son. Point blank shotgun.
So yeah, I'm going to activate my bracelet and reach out further.
Okay, where do you search?
So where on the Milan is the docking situated at the moment? Is
I'm
it in
gonna-
the
hang
major
on.
cargo bay?
Hang on 1 sec. I'm just gonna make a minor series of adjustments. Good thing I was almost done with this. There we go. I think everybody else is correct. Yes. Prepare to load a large map.
Oh no.
Yay!
The
Large
Milan
map loading.
Poldex.
Calculating. Calculating.
Calculating.
Oh, it looks like we've got another ship. So I am going to, because that's deck 3. I'm going to reach up through deck 2, and deck 1
Okay.
for covering sort of like the major like officers' quarters and the advanced lab.
Okay. You don't see a lot of activity in the officers' quarters. In fact, the impression you get as you reach, actually, yeah. So you just don't sense any presence in the officers' quarters. You can kind of feel 3 individuals in the direction of the bridge.
Yep.
And moving up to the advanced lab, I'd say you would be able to feel the presence of 2 people you don't recognize, but 2 that you do. You sense the minds of Dr. Lucy and Annie.
I see if their brain patterns are what I remember them to be.
They appear the same, yes.
At that point, I sort of like remove my hand, and I'm like, Lucia, I hope you don't mind, but I'm going to have to scan you before I allow you onto the Blossom.
You want to talk? How do I know where you've been?
To be completely honest, we didn't even know where we'd been, but temporal distortions are apparently a thing.
Wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey.
That's weird. Kind of odd. But sure. Yeah, okay. Can you scan through door, or should I open door?
If you would allow, I would. If you just open the door a crack, the scanning implement will come through in a moment.
Oh, I forgot. Part of me forgot that you do this. If this device smack me in face as you are moving it without being able to properly see it, I go break it in half.
I can sense where you are. It's fine.
Oh. Okay.
So as I allow the door to open a bit, I'll float my bioscanner up.
Mm-hmm.
I'll float it to the point of brightest light and go around it, scanning the exact same area as where we found Darius's and Lockie's devices.
Mm-hmm.
Going
Okay.
for a high resolution scan.
Okay. You are not interrupted while you are obtaining the scan. You do not detect any signs of intrusion. She seems fine.
Nucleus,
Yes.
can you scan the ship for any odd signals?
I regret to inform you that from my perspective, odd is extremely subjective.
They would resemble the signals that were being sent between the ships that were against us before.
That Okay.
It would be coming from individuals.
I can detect dozens of signatures that match that very broad description. It appears that these signals are emanating from small devices contained inside the clothing of individuals on board this vessel.
Compads?
Are they the same as the devices that myself and my crew carry?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Nucleus. At which point I literally reach out with telekinesis and press the button to have the door open.
you see inside is Captain Lucia. She is dressed more or less the same, except she's wearing a tricorn hat.
Interesting choice of headwear.
Isn't it nifty? I found it under I found it under Darius's bed for some reason.
Oh yeah. That was so long ago.
I can't believe that.
Of course you
You've
did.
been sitting on that one all night, haven't you?
Well,
Oh, God.
from what I can see, everyone seems fine.
Yes.
But I'd like to get the latest. I'd like to get some high-resolution scans of both the crew on the Milan and the crew that we have, because we've been through a bit.
We scan everyone who comes aboard and everyone who goes. We've been keeping extremely thorough logs, but I assume you not care so much about that. And rather do your own checks.
With how the last time we came into conflict with DOTAC ended, yes.
Veritas shade.
You see someone move behind Lucia. You've been very focused on Lucia and on the brains of individuals, and you knew that there was a younger person behind her, but you weren't paying much attention.
The
You can
moment I
see-
see movement, like my telekinetic shield flares into existence.
And
Super safe.
and your eyes kind of focus and readjust, and you can see that for some reason in the center of the cargo bay of the Milan, there is a two-person fighter jet.
It's not. That's not
It-
the ship that.
It has an unreasonably large weapon attached to the underside of it.
No!
The moment I saw the name.
And you can see
Heck yeah.
a teenage boy crawling out from underneath it, going, "Oh, are we scanning people? I volunteer."
I love this
A
kid.
little bit disturbing.
Long time no see, Leo.
Hello,
Bye, Drake.
hello. How are you doing, Dr. Charles? Have you come to admire my new baby?
They let
It's
him
not going to
make another
explode
one.
this time?
He kind of glances down at the floor. You can see some scorch marks and
No.
and a very worn out mop with very dirty water kind of off in the corner.
You're gonna give him a heart attack.
I'm just. Well, I guess I'll take you to go see everyone, Lucia, if you want to leave everyone on the ship, and we'll go have a chat about actually, Nucleus, can you? Is there any way we can contact the room?
Yes, one moment. A line is established.
Hey guys, I've just checked the ship mostly. I haven't gone to the cryopods or anything, but everyone seems to have the same brain patterns they had before we left. So
Captain?
Hello, Captain.
Oh, that's never gonna get easy to hear.
Catalina just elbows you and goes, she's also captain now.
Captain.
What do you
Technically,
say when
it
your
would
ship's
now make
bigger than
you the
theirs?
admiral, Lockie.
Hey, what?
I said technically it would now make you the admiral, Lockie. We have 2 other ships under the command.
I can get. Oh, I can get.
Wait, are you telling me that I have access to a fleet?
That's up to
Are you
that's
now
up to
a fleet
Lucia,
migration?
honestly.
Lucky, could you please consider migration just for purpose sake? You know, my whole reason for existing. That'd be nice.
I mean, I am looking at hopefully migrating my people. You know that, right?
Aw, yeah.
Boys. Boys.
Pip just goes,
Right.
Matter at hand?
Right.
I think we should try and get this done as quickly as possible because the quicker we refuel, the quicker we can get back here. Do you
Agreed.
think you should engage the jump?
Wait a second.
We need the Molotov first as well.
I believe it's
That's
here.
what I was gonna say.
yes, the Molotov also docked with the Milan and was flying alongside with it. My bad.
But before all this, can I ask a favor? Please, for the love of all that is my cybernetic creation, get one of my echoes off the Milan. I would like to be able to walk around normally, please.
I will go pick one up for you.
Oh, yeah,
Thank
you're
you.
still a scuttlebutt.
I've been a scuttle for over 3 months. It is starting to wear on me.
Okay. Charles, this is going to be interesting for you. So, you make your way inside and see that there's a lot of supplies piled up inside the cargo bay. Food, weapons, equipment, things like that. You know, actually
It's fine.
using a cargo bay for cargo.
It's
You
fine.
move.
People gotta...
You move through into the workshop and you see a very animated conversation going on between Catalina's father Felix and Ivan, with a Harbon engineer trying to calm them both down. Felix is saying, and I said that is too many capacitors to make it work. You cannot possibly expect. And Ivan goes, you said one too many before. I'm making progress. And so,
I'm just gonna sort of like raise my finger, think better of it, and then just go, no, not at the moment. Hello, as I walk towards the elevator.
oh, hi. Also, both of the mechs are fixed.
What does the workshop look like, by the way?
Have you ever seen The Odd Couple?
No.
Ivan.
I swear to God, you're doing this on purpose. All right, no.
Ivan and Felix have very different approaches to how they organize their workspaces.
Their workspaces.
No. Charles goes to the elevator. Next scene. I can't.
There.
I'm also probably getting some very weird looks from people because I am still glowing.
I'm so glad.
Oh,
You're going to give him a complex, I swear to God.
we spent so long making this ship out of other ships. We turned it into something beautiful. It's like someone's come in and just wiped their asses on my furniture. All right, come on.
Okay, you get into the elevator and you make your way up to deck 1, and proceed out. One thing probably would come.
Oh, actually, before we go up to deck 1, he will stop by deck 2
For what?
and go to his room.
Okay.
I hope someone's moved into your room and fixed the speaker.
the officers' quarters look more or less entirely untouched. You go inside and you get the impression that the mostly functional auto cleaning system has been working. Like, there's that weird, like, very thin, patchy layer of dust on things. Like, most of the cleaning in here has been done automatically, but it can't get everything. So,
Yeah.
From that, you go, oh, guess no one's been in here for a while, huh? Okay.
He'll go to his room.
Mhm.
Like, if it's still got his stuff in it,
It
he
does.
will go up to the closet, open it, pull out the box with the 2 bottles of whiskey in it, put it under his arm, and then walk back out and back to the elevator.
Lucia says, oh, I knew I should have checked in there.
It's okay. It's not like there was a lack of liquor in the ship. I mean,
Yeah, it was just
Dimitri
vodka
literally had
everywhere
some
else.
planted.
Mhm.
I hope
Oh,
no
yeah.
one tried out my hallucinogenic vodka.
Sounds like
Because
a good
remember,
time.
I made hallucinogenic potatoes, and then I made vodka out of those potatoes.
That sounds dangerous.
Maybe they did, and maybe they didn't. You walk out onto deck 1, and the main concerning thing you see are muddy footprints trailing from here to here. So the hydroponics bay has been in use, but people haven't been being very good at keeping their boots clean.
Lucia, I'd get the robots to clean that before Pim gets back on board, because he will lose it.
Speaking of robots, we haven't been able to get them to do anything. And she walks into the into the computer room, and kind of across on the other side of the room, you can hear the shouts of Sparks going, ah, God damn it, you stupid, what is, Oh.
Are you okay?
I'm fine, I stubbed my toe. Mm.
Why do you not have boots on?
I keep.
I'm just going to leave that. So I think Pim should get back on here so his others can do some work. But
That would have been so useful, you know, like months ago.
I'm sorry, I've been stuck in a temporal rift.
What? Have you?
For us, it's been about 3 weeks.
And Sparks kind of like awkwardly sideways shuffles along, because like all of Pim's echoes are just
second.
like.
So, let me get this straight. He's having trouble walking around. The computer room is that trashed.
No,
all your echoes are in here. All
Yeah.
of them.
Oh, okay.
At that point, I'm just gonna
lighting
like
the
pull out
walls.
my phone and like my compad and message Pim. Which one do you want?
Oh, I
So-
thought you were going to send me a picture of all the mess to get back at me for all the pranking.
So, Sparks kind of like is awkwardly sidestepping past all the Pims on the wall, and as he kind of comes around the corner, you can see that he is missing his right arm and right eye, and they have been replaced by cybernetic versions.
You look like you've been through it.
Oh, yes, it was a lot. I got hit harder than most.
If you want, I can fix that later.
You can? He's that Captain. Oh, I thought you were kidding.
But later. At the moment, I just need to grab a few things and then go back and pick up the others, and then yes, we'll probably be leaving system within the next half hour to an hour.
Okay. If you want, I can give you these, and he like holds up like a remote control car remote and a big chunky collar.
At that
Hold
point,
up
he
a rubber
literally
chicken.
just looks off to the side, and I see if Pim's replied to the message of which one do you want.
He sends back the prettiest one.
He grabs random Pimbot number 3
Mhm.
and literally just looks at Sparks and just like lifts it off the ground, lifts it to behind him, and then just sort of nods to him and walks back out the door.
Oh sure, just devalue days of work trying to figure out how to get these echoes to move at all.
At that point, he turns around and actually goes, you realize that Tim probably could have run at least one of these at a time, right?
Oh.
Yes, that's what I figured. As he walks out the door and goes to the advanced lab.
Okay. Whoops.
Give it to me straight, Doc. How does it look?
In use.
Okay.
This is gonna
I'm-
have to
I'm
be
okay with that.
reorganized.
So you make your way in, and Dr. Lucy and Arnie have a brain scan up being projected on a big holographic field in front of them, and they're talking shop. They're going, no. If we attach the nodes to these sections, then wait. No, and he goes, yes, that is what I was telling you. We can't just do that, or else. Charles!
Randy? What do you... if you're thinking of just attaching things within the brain, it can become problematic.
That's what I've been telling her. But and she goes, what you been telling me? What I have been telling you? I told you that as simple as that one piece of cyberware can't protect you from DOTAC. It's more complicated than that. She goes, I respect your stance on this, but you are wrong. We can do this. And she's like, no. And
with my knowledge of the implants and everything, would there be a way to stop DOTAC from being able to be installed on people?
potentially, the idea may have merit. Roll me tech medical or tech maltech.
I think my medical.
Oh, I just realized something. Hang
Yes. That's an 10.
10, not bad. If they're not barking up the right tree, they're barking up one that's adjacent to it.
At that point, I just sort of look at it and go, "You're close. I'll help you with it later." As he walks over to the pre-tech medical thing.
It's currently running.
Is it?
Yeah.
How much? What's it making?
It's making what are we making? Healing drug.
Lift.
Lift, yes.
Okay. How much medical supplies are in there?
There's one additional supply of lift that has been produced while it's been running.
Yeah, but what am I thinking of? Medical components.
Oh, like 300 credits.
Cool. They've used most of my stock.
Yes, they have.
And I don't have enough for a dose. I look at my bracelet. How much
Mhm.
do I have left? I think I only have one.
You do only have one.
I just be like, let's hope this is quick. As I just sort of like turn around and like, I'm like, I'll come back later. I've got to go do some things first. Yeah, I'll be back. And I like walk out.
Wait, Charles,
What?
did Lockie end up giving you something?
Yes. And if it wasn't for that, we would never have returned.
Ah. Well, then I'm glad I gave it to him then.
There are more issues about that now anyway. So I will deal with them later.
I'll be here. I'll make some tea.
I don't think this is something that tea can fix. As I like start to lift things in the room and then have my head glow. At least now I don't have a tail as I drop everything back down.
Arnie, take a note. And Arnie has just produced a compad and is taking like pictures of her like shocked face going
Your sister's a dick.
Did you realize we grew up in the same household and Catalina has spent most of her time pulling pranks
Oh, true.
with
Just gotta say it.
Lucky and Pim? What do you think they spent their time growing up doing together? As a family, they would pull pranks on each other.
True. So he's gonna walk into Med Bay 1 real quick. And I'm going to just sort of hop onto one of the beds myself
Okay.
and do a high resolution scan of my body
Okay.
before I leave. And then like download it onto my compad so I can look at it while I walk.
Cool. Jump on. You kind of you glance over and you can see the two people you saved from the vessel from DOTAC's ship. They're still in comas.
I can try fixing that later. It's not a non-issue at the moment.
Okay. You get a full scan done, and then proceed back out. So would the rest of the party have been making their way towards the Milan after hearing the all clear from
Well,
Yeah.
I don't
Charles?
have a bloody choice. I'm stuck in the thing with Lucky.
Okay.
Catalina would have paced, and then when she saw everyone else going, she'd be like, duh, duh, duh. And she'll
Hey,
follow along.
Catalina,
Duh.
your zipper's undone.
I don't have it this... What?
Welcome back to reality.
Oh, bоже mой. What for?
So-
Well, you seemed out of it. I wanted to remind you that you're still a goose. Is that the right word? Goose?
Is expression. I think is correct.
Lucky, please explain to me. You've said we're not here to fuck spiders, correct? I've done a lot of thinking on this topic. Does that mean that sometimes you do indeed fuck spiders?
What? No. It's just a figure of speech, mate.
I have more questions, but I think I'll leave it for now.
Right, mate. No worries.
Okay.
Yoke.
You make your way down
Downtown.
to the Milan and step up aboard the ship.
Give
Lucky,
me my echo. Come on, please.
I'd say around the time that you arrive on the ship, Charles makes his way back down to deck 3 and floats out the Pym Echo towards Pym, and you're met by Charles and Lucia. Happy?
Oh,
Yes.
it's so good to have hands again. Come here, you big, beautiful human, you. And he just hugs Dr. Charles in the most invasive way he possibly can.
You grab both of his butt cheeks.
Yeah,
As
sure.
you are
Why
hugging.
not?
Pym, please stop.
I'm
I
sorry, Dad.
appreciate, but no, thank you.
And
Catalina
he gets
chuckles in
off.
the background.
As the box that he was carrying also floats down in front of him, he opens it, pulls out a bowl of whiskey, cracks the cork, and then just sort of like takes a swig, and then goes.
I envy your ability to become so quickly inebriated. Anyway, I'm going to go up to the computer room. That way I can converse with everyone.
Hey!
Worries me.
Hey!
Hmm?
Says Leo. Dr. Charles, you're an alcoholic.
No, I enjoy the finer things.
Uh-huh. Hey, Lucky, I fixed the big gun.
Ah, sweet, did you get it working?
I did, kinda.
At that point, I like float my scanner over and start scanning the ship.
This door is new.
That's all that's been replaced. It's like going, oh, this dynamite's better. I've given it this cool racing stripe.
Hi, moment. The weapon went off inside, and the door had to be replaced.
So he's
No. This door inside your ship that the fighter is also inside has been replaced.
Yeah. Yep.
Come again?
You heard me.
I'm starting to wish
well,
this was
just
alcohol.
wait until I get into the computer room. Then I'm going to plug in and then broadcast everything I've seen that I don't like.
Okay. Pym, you make your way up to the computer room. You're joined in the lift by Dimitri and Molly, and Jin and his two kin. The Jin kin, we'll call them, I don't know.
I'm just going to
also
look at all of
depart.
them and go, what a 4-month, 3-week temporal low pocket. Am I right, boys?
The two Jin that do not speak English turn to you and go,
I agree. Yes, that is totally a noise.
However, you see Jin, the actual Jin goes,
Not creepy at all.
No translation, or are you leaving me on the dark on this one?
It is too funny to translate.
Ah. I'll have to compute that later.
Okay. You proceed up. I'll say, for the sake of convenience, the three Jins are going to get off on deck 2, and Jin is going to make them comfortable, while Dimitri and Molly are going to go to deck 2 as well, and we'll
Not
go
to-
to the bridge.
Not to the hydroponics? Oh, okay, to the bridge. That makes more sense.
Yes. Pym, you are able to make your way up to the computer room.
I'm guessing I see sparks.
You are met by Sparks. He sees him go and goes, "Ah, Pim, you beautiful asshole! Why did you make this so complicated?"
There is mud. There
Yeah.
is mud everywhere.
Uh-huh.
You'd think with all the intricate wires and machinery that you work with that you would know how to operate something as simple as a mop.
You have a hydroponics bay. Mud sometimes gets places.
Mud's supposed to stay where the dirt is. That is where the dirt goes. That is what it is for, Sparks. I'm going to, and I'm going to look at what he's done with all the wires.
How much of a complex do I want to give Pim?
So, what you did is entirely intact. He hasn't changed anything that you require to be functional. However, he's made a few bypasses. Like exterior bypasses. So
Define bypasses, Zoe.
so you designed it so that all the processes go through like the core, so that you can sit down and go, "Oh boy, this is me. I get all the information as soon as I can, and I can then dish it out and do whatever I want with it." He can't be in the core, so he used some of the redundant feed lines and took some of those feeds that go into the core and sent them to one of the consoles instead, so that he gets the data to a console as fast as you would to your core. Because
You have touched my home. This is my body, and you have played with my private parts.
He does laugh at this. He genuinely does laugh and goes,
I would like a moment to take a scene where probably Dr. Lucy and Arnie in the next room, like, they hear the laughing followed by a ow, and starts swatting Sparks.
So as Sparks kind of concludes this experience in the fetal position, you kind of stand up and go, another job well done. And you see Arnie, she is holding a compad like horizontally going like, classic.
Okay, I'm going to insert myself into the ship and look around with the cameras and see what's going on in here.
You plug in. As you do, Catalina, whatever you were doing before, you get a message from your sister. It's a video.
Oh, that is the best
Alright.
icebreaker, because she's so like not sure what to do
give
with
me the
herself
deep,
right
Zoe.
Okay,
What's been changed, and what's the worst of it?
let me have a quick look around. I'm
sweating.
gonna start at deck 4. There are 4 Harbonan engineers down on deck 4. The cargo lighter has a few scuff marks on it.
That's alright. That's alright.
And just like general wear and tear has been occurring down here. Cargo has been coming in. They've been using the cargo lighter a lot. Just
Nothing some polish can't fix. Yeah.
It's a ship being used. Deck 3. There are people staffing the reactor core and parts of the central engines, just keeping things running properly. There are also two engineers staffing the weapon mounting. The weapon has been fired a little bit irresponsibly a few times, and repairs were made since, but genuinely it's nothing worse than you would have tried to do yourself.
Yes, but we didn't do it, and that's the problem.
So everything's the workshop. I see, obviously.
Yes, I have not fully illustrated it on the map, but so the side of the workshop that contains the two mechs was basically called dibs on by Felix, and going back through the logs, you can see that Felix took the time to fix both of Lockie's mechs, which is very nice of him. But he made quite a mess in the process. There's tools, there's spent components kind of all over the place. It's very reminiscent of what his workshop back on Harbona was like, kind of organized chaos.
This
Whereas Ivan has been being more of a tailor, and his half of the workshop has like mannequins and big rolls of fabric. He's making clothes and a few gadgets. So his side is immaculate. It's very well organized and looks really, really nice.
Attention, everyone aboard the Milan. My name is the Planetary Interfleet Migrationary Manager, or PIM for short. After some time away, I have finally returned to my home. And I would like to say, with Lucia's permission, just hold up your thumb, if you will allow me to address everyone. If you track mud through the hydroponics bay one more time, you're going to wake up with it on your pillows. On top of that, thank you for taking care of the ship. I'm sure it must have been very hard considering I was not here to help pilot it. More to the point, Ivan, I love what you've done with your part of the workshop. Felix, get a book on housekeeping. And to whoever destroyed that door, yes, you know who you are. Do it again, and you will not have a door. Thank you very much. This has been your very short for words Planetary Interfleet Migrationary Manager. I'm going to send my bots across the entirety of the ship and clean as much as I can and make repairs where necessary. If anyone spots Sparks, please give him a stern look.
So Lockie, you get a look from Leo. He kind of like cranes out from behind his weapon, looking up at various cameras, perhaps for the first time, and says, How can he take away my door? I don't have door. I am person."
Lucky's gonna like nod very sagely and just be like, he can still do it.
He'll find a way.
Okay, we're going to cut back to Charles, Lockie, and Catalina, since Pim's had his romp. And I'd say, Pim, the only other things of note that you would see is that on deck 2, the librarian. On deck 1 is the librarian. She's staffing one of the survey sensor arrays.
Cool.
Yeah. The 2 Yakutan guards that you had captured and put into cold sleep are awake and are like working in the garden. And
yes. Make that food. Pick that corn.
And as one of them is kind of bending over and pulling out a carrot, you see the awakened crow Arnold goes, swoops down, grabs the carrot, and flies up on top of a tree.
I forgot about that creepy
birdie. Good bird.
Hello, I am Arnold.
I'm just going to send Pims and clean up after these monkeys.
Okay. So yes, you go back down to the rest of the party. What are you doing?
Oh, pardon me. Sorry, I had to yawn right at that moment.
Apparently having a nap.
Catalina is looking lost until she gets the ping on her watch, and like beep beeps, and it like pops up, and she watches it, and she giggles, and puts it
As you do.
away. So we're home, I guess.
Da. You are aboard my ship.
That's a weird title.
It's still called Milan for simplicity, but I am captain now. I think hat suits me.
All hail, Captain Lucia.
And
I
her
totally won't nitpick.
I'm sure we can work something out. Are there any cups inside the cargo bay?
Probably. There's probably a few short glasses of mostly empty glasses of vodka, probably being consumed by Leo because, you know, the drinking age on Harbona is probably like 12.
Yeah, but I'm just like, no. I open up my medical bag and pull out like the small shot cups that you give like pills in. I
Mhm.
pull out a few of those and I pour some whiskey into each one and I like float one to everybody. And I'm just sort of like, to the end of whatever the fuck that was, and to the start of the fall of DOTAC.
Hear, hear.
And I raise my cup.
Cool.
Definitely agree to that one.
Catalina, like, you know, raises, but she sort of stares at it for a second and then hesitates before drinking it. But she
You
will.
good?
She'll drink it.
It's a good whiskey. Like, this is a whiskey that I spent a lot of money on.
I'm not sure if you've noticed, but she has been entirely sober for a very long time now.
I know. That's why I'm only offering the small shot glass.
Out of appreciation, I will not play Rise of the Valkyries.
Thank you, Pim.
You're welcome.
But on that note, I need a fucking shower.
I'll warm up the water for you.
Catalina takes a deep breath and goes, and it looks like I have greetings to make. I will catch you later, I guess. And she wanders off towards the workshop.
Okay.
We need to work out what our next move is.
You go nowhere else except over to Molotov.
I mean, that's where I was headed, but just saying.
I think
gonna
your
do-
next move would to be tell Nucleus to jump us out of system.
Don't
Nice.
worry, I'll do that. You go talk to Tazi and I'll talk to Nucleus. We talk faster anyway.
0.25 seconds later, Pim, you have effectively conveyed to Nucleus the exact coordinates you intend for them to arrive in, and they concur. The engines of the Blossom are already spooling up.
This is where we freak everyone in the system out by jumping while we're in system. Because with normal normal spike drives that we have, that shouldn't be possible.
Hey, kids,
So-
want to see a magic trick?
Yeah.
So,
May we
which
display our power further? Bye!
So, which conversation first?
Tazi and Lucky, Tazi and Lucky,
No,
Tazi and Lucky.
no.
Yes!
I also vote for Tazi and Lucky.
Is sweating. Need to do it now. Come on.
Sweating bullets.
I vote for you to shut the fuck up.
I'm sorry, you don't get a vote.
You're not my captain, bitch.
I am your captain.
No, you're the captain of the Blossom. I am my own person, motherfucker.
We're on the Milan right now.
I'm hearing prisoner of war.
Good luck.
This is
I'm
your
hearing Rise
admiral
of the Valkyries
speaking.
on repeat.
So, Lucky, you walk over to the Gloved Molotov.
Yeah.
If it's any consolation, I'm also going to send a Pim to clean up the Molotov. That it's not. I mean, I'm not impeding on Ash's bit, but he would clean that.
Mm-hmm. You walk over. Pim, you walk in with like a mop and a bucket and go, oh yeah, this'll be fine. Nope. And then turn around immediately as you see just how disgusting it is. You may like
Oh, no.
so in my workplace there are these wonderful like pushed hand carts used by the cleaners that have like space for mops and buckets and cleaning supplies and things. I'm imagining one Pim walking in, doing an abrupt 180, and then during the course of the chat that Lockie has, 3 Pims walk in, each pushing one of these carts, and begin aggressively rubbing every.
I imagine one of them also has a flamethrower for
Yeah.
pest control.
And another one in the
Incineration.
background holding pom-poms and doing a cheer.
So
You know, Lucky's going to take a breath in before he steps on over into the ship.
I'm just gonna check something here.
That concerns me greatly.
Oh, this is perfect.
Concerns me. Okay, that's not so bad.
This
that's so much better than I was worried it was going to be.
this is Tazi's theme.
He's gonna walk in, not directly look at her at first, kind of scan the room a little bit to see where she is, and then head over towards the coffee machine and just kind of like broadly sweep off all the junk that's on the desk. Find a coffee cup and attempt to clean it in the sink, probably having to dump half of the sink out, and start making her a coffee. How you holding up?
One sec.
I'm waiting for the slap.
Aw, this
Walk
is
in.
very
How you
intelligent.
going?
How the f do you think?
All you hear is a Falco before she does it.
Falcon punch!
So we haven't been here in a while, have we?
The
Oh god.
Molotov!
Oh wow.
I
The chip
remember
is
it.
so small.
It's a deep cut. This one. Wait, that's the wrong side. There we go.
Is that the container with a warbot still in it?
I
What?
think
No, we used
No, of course
parts
not.
of my robot to make something.
I know. I was like, wait a second. I recognize that container.
You walk in and see the absolute tip, which is the cargo bay. It's full of like dozens of partially disassembled pieces of technology. Like almost everything you see would be perfectly functional if it weren't for a very tiny and specific component having been unceremoniously wrenched out of the interior.
He's just going to wade his way through it all.
Mm-hmm. And you see what Tazi has been working on in the workshop. That the call you had with her was based on her in the workshop. As soon as the door opens, as you get close, you are assaulted by a wave of odor.
Air filtration.
Mm-hmm. And Tazi herself is like kind of like half walking, half staggering down the stairs from having just yeah. She's walking down. You can tell that she's made some attempt to brush her hair, and actually has her hairbrush still, and like kind of weakly tugging at a knot. And you remember how much love and attention Tazi put into her hair every day. The fact that she's even allowed a knot of this size to form and remain for this long is interesting.
Right, I'm going to slightly change what he was. First thing he's going to do is step over to the Atmo filter and activate it to
Okay.
cleanse the air. Then he's going to clean off the coffee machine and start running a coffee for her.
Okay.
Then walk over to her, put his hand out for the brush.
She kind of looks up at you with sad, baggy eyes and goes, "Oh, thanks," and just hands you the brush. And like as you go to use on her, she turns away, hits spacebar, and you hear in the voice of Darius, "Oh, hello there. Queen takes bishop. Ah, you fell right into my. I think he got me this time."
How many rounds are you in?
That's game 3. We tied things up last time.
Yeah, so game breaker.
Yeah. I think he's
going to be absent-mindedly like brushing her hair at the time.
Garbage to can 4.
I think he's gonna take my queen now. I had to do it.
I want to look over the mechanism she's set up, and see if I can understand anything about it
Sure.
at all. Which I'm going to assume is probably a no.
Roll me tech post tech.
Actually, I'm okay with it. That is a 9.
9, not bad. The device is an interesting one. She has like the core of primal setup, and you recognize a few things which are equivalent to data dumping.
Mhm.
So it's essentially, if you were to guess based on what she described, it is she takes a portion of the Darius code, dumps it somewhere else, and then talks with that for a bit, and then it burns itself out.
It's a bandwidth issue.
More just, it's not. This is a save file of Darius, but if you try and interact with the save file, it will just burn itself out because it's not designed to be really interacted with at all. So she's making a copy of a portion of the Darius program, and then talking to that for a bit. So and you'd also imagine during the transfer, the Darius program is getting a portion of information, like where all the chess pieces are, and then is making a choice based on that. Because each new transfer is fresh.
Can I see what kind of is the shortcoming. Like, is it like a bandwidth thing? Is it it's limited to only a certain amount of memory at a time? Is it running out of power? Like, something that's not working to the fullest extent, causing it to not function.
All of the above. This is something that Tazi probably cobbled together with available scraps and junk and random stuff. She has absolutely done her best, but available resources for a long shot project like this were not being freely allocated on Harbona, and so she made do with what she had. She's done really, really well for what she has.
He's gonna point to like a series of relays and go, rounding the power through that. That's pretty smart. That'll boost the signal a little bit.
Yeah, I got that from a what was it? One of those plasma projectors. Yeah. Ow! Gentle.
I'm going to.
Sorry?
I'm going to quickly message.
Oh. Oh. I wonder what's gonna happen.
Alice just sitting here with her little bubbly smile.
What did I do? I'm just sitting here. I'm just trying not to fall asleep because I'm so tired.
Aww.
I'm sick.
Alright. After looking over it for a little bit, Lockie's gonna just reach back behind him, unhook Vesuvius, and just chuck it down on the table, kind of unceremoniously. Grab a wrench and just starts disconnecting its supercharged power coils that we made for it, the modifications using the pre-tech. And after a bit, turn around to her and offer it up and just think this could get a bit more juice out of it.
What? No, but you need that. It goes in the thing. I thought, don't you want to cut holes in everything?
Look, when we're done working on this, I got a story about how I took out an entire armada. I got a big enough gun.
Okay. Like, takes it, picks it up, and goes, this could be really useful. You're so thoughtful, Loki. I don't know how I... And she just kind of begins to blubber and kind of melts down into tears. And, like, she's, like, half hugging the capacitor and half just hugging you. And is just, like, ugly crying onto your pauldron of your armor.
He's just gonna have an arm around her for a bit, let her cry it out.
She actually falls asleep in your arms.
He's gonna wait there.
Hmm?
He's gonna stay there for a while. He's in no
Okay.
rush.
I was going to say I'm detecting an above-average level of melatonin in Tazi's system, that it might be better if you were to pick her up and take her to a bed in a less dirty environment.
Lucky thinks about it for a moment, and then remembers that there is the mechanical arms that Pim had installed in the workshop here.
Mm-hmm.
Because he doesn't want to move away.
you look over to those arms, and you can actually see that there is a hammock strung in between the two of them.
That's even better than what I had in mind. Pim, can you bring
Yes,
those
of
over?
course. Of course. Pim will assist.
The arms are directly adjacent to Tazi, and you can...
Put her in, and then staying in the room, going to start working on adapting the power coupling to the device.
Pim will just keep cleaning and remain quiet.
You reach down and kind of like... You see that she has a soft toy, like, in the bed with her, and you do the whole, like, grab the top of the capacitor and slide the soft toy into her arms, and goes like, and just kind of snuggles up with the soft toy. I feel like it's a big padded wrench soft toy.
That tracks.
That tracks.
Okay,
That
Pim
tracks.
is so recording that.
And
Like,
just
that's
like
not even a joke. That's such a wholesome video. He's keeping it.
she curls up, kind of rolls over, instinctively pulls the covers partially over herself and goes, I just miss him so much.
What was that? Yeah, he's just going to start working on adapting the power couplings in.
If this were any other person, the sound of tools clattering and metallic components colliding with each other, it would be disruptive to Tazi's sleep. But you've spent enough time with her to know that this is basically just the equivalent of her white noise.
Mm.
And so she is out even faster than she normally would be. And I'm going to have the camera kind of pan back on a very worn out but resolute and determined Lockie getting to work on this device. And then we'll just see the Molotov docked to the Milan, docked to the Blossom, and the entire docking chain becomes wreathed in energy and jumps away. And that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
I figured.
You bastard.
Help! I'm feeling.
I knew this was a good choice of music.
You bitch.
Worth it. Every time
the
worth
thing
it.
about this filter is that people can't see me do a heckin' sad.
And I get to reunion with my family next week. Thank goodness.
Indeed, because you seem quite tired. So, you know, it's fair to bring it back later.
I have been unwell.
Oh,
And I went to work 2 days, so I'm just a bit exhausted.
that's entirely fair.
For those who don't know, which is Ali as well, because she didn't know what my friend was that kept me awake. It is summer. Approaching summer, I should say, in Australia, which means the cicadas are now awake. And there is a cicada on the tree directly outside my window.
Ah, I see.
And I cannot find the bastard.
I just sleep to the sound of them. We used to get them a lot at my mum's house.
I wish this one would just pick a tone. It's almost like it's trying to find its vocal range.
Oh, you will.
It's trying to torture you.
Oh yeah, what's it saying? You ain't gonna sleep tonight. You ain't gonna sleep tonight.
It's saying, don't sleep or you'll die. Don't sleep or you'll die.
Yeah. They're in the
Essentially, yes.
walls.
Can't sleep, clan will eat me.
There we go.
So, who are we raiding, guys? That was a pretty good session. It's been a while since we've had a session, and it felt good to come back.
We needed a session like that as well because
Yeah.
it was a lot, and I'm sure you all wanted to reconnect to all these NPCs and characters.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
It was like, oh my god, Tazi, she's breaking my heart.
Catalina has like 4 different people she needs to like.
The thing is, I still haven't checked my messages yet.
That's true.
Catalina is also kind of furious at Sparks for the last message he sent her, which was of him fucking getting blown up and then no messages afterwards.
That's okay. I'll beat the shit out of him.
So she's furious at him. Doesn't know how to handle the fact that her father's now on board the ship helping them. She's like, what the fuck changed in 4 months? Like, holy shit, he was a miserable wreck the last time she saw him. And now he's arguing with Ivan, working on the Milan, fixing mechs,
though,
like...
For me, the highlight of the game was the Ant-Man style retelling of the events after we left by Lockheed to Tazi. So we got the ship and I was on the ship and we went through space, but it was not space, but it was kind of space. And it was just going on. I'm just sat there like, I'm actually worried that real life Ash isn't taking a breath. Like,
You were just so scared that she was going to be upset with you that she told her everything.
And Kit,
I
you are
love
very welcome. Thank you for hanging out with us, everyone. Oh, man.
and our
been a lot
shenanigans.
of
Yeah.
Right.
Cryptid is playing Dungeons and Dragons with 3 viewers. We could always raid them. I'm just checking to see how long they've been going
Yeah.
for.
Totally read them.
They've been going for less than an hour. That's perfect.
Ah, yep. Perfect time.
Fucking
Cool. Let's
perfect.
attack them with love.
Let's do it.
All right. Well,
As Alice is doing all that setup, I will also thank everybody who was along for the ride with us. This was a very this episode was I need to remember a lot of different accents that all sound kind of similar to each other, kind of an episode.
Oh, yeah.
Bugs Bunny as Daffy Duck, yeah.
So, yeah, that happened. Our next game will be the following Tuesday, assuming nothing goes wrong. But before that, I'm going to focus the camera. And on Sunday, we have our delightful Ash, who is above me to the side. Hang on. Oh, above me, yes. Who is above me?
Above you.
And shall be running a delightful D&D 5e game, Ash.
I'm not sure about delightful.
It's one of the D
it's going
words.
well.
I don't know about that.
Disturbing,
Storm doesn't agree.
destructive.
Storm thinks it's
Half,
a terrible
some
time.
of your party is about to be found out in a very dangerous area.
And my
There you go,
character's favorite
that's a D
NPC
word.
is nowhere to be found.
I know where they are.
Eh.
They were on the Milan, tracking mud everywhere.
Yeah, that's fair.
He is
Suddenly,
an orc,
Pilvin's on the
half
ship.
orc.
I'm the
Yeah.
captain here.
Oh my god! Pilvin's the captain of the Milan! He'd be a
Yeah.
better captain than...
Wow, what are you saying about Lucia?
She's a soldier.
She's a bit gun-ho.
Yeah.
She's got a
soldier.
tricorn. She's clearly ready for the part.
But
You know.
also,
See,
Whoa.
the most
She's
concerning
more
part
than
about
a
the
captain.
Tricorn,
She's a
Is
captain
that-
with a hat.
she had to go looking for that.
Yes.
She said to herself, I want to have a tricorn. There must be one around here somewhere.
Oh, God. All right, let's raid.
Yes,
As much as
let's.
I love our viewers. So, the mission that we have before
Yes.
is to create an intermission. Yeah.
I have an intermission. It's a glorious intermission. I spent
No,
many
we need
hours
we
making.
We
I
need a Zoe intermission.
spent many
Specifically
hours
a Zoe
making this
intermission.
intermission.
I know, and it's amazing, but we need an intermission for just Zoe.
I see.
What? Except aggressively brain fart all over the place.
No, well, at the very beginning, we had to like get 3 intermissions.
That's what we're for, damn man.
Oh yeah, true. I'm the intermission.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You can vamp
Ali's the
and like
intermission. Ash is
be
the
all-
intermission.
be all fun and jazzy and weird. I don't know.
All right. So
Jazzy.
we'll catch you all either on Sunday around approximately 7 to 7:30 AEST time, which kind of sucks for most people, but hey, that's when we stream. Otherwise, next Tuesday at the same time. If not, it's good to have you, and hope you're all well and enjoy the wonderful people that are Polished Cryptid. They are awesome. They do some cool stuff, and give them some love from us. We'll catch you all in the next stream, guys. Toodaloo.
Bye.
See ya later.
Bye.